Welcome to this video. 3 universal principles that can change your life. Provided these 3 principles can change your life, provided you imbibe them in your life. Now, what does it mean by imbibing? That means you must start living these principles in your life. Just understanding them is not enough. Anyone can understand it, but I must start living them. I'll give an example of what it means by living them in your life. What is to imbibe these principles in your life? So there are 2 ways of gaining knowledge. One is experiencing them, which becomes our direct experience, and the other one is to understand them. Everyone can understand that. However, once you experience them, the power is multiple times. I will make another video of what is the difference between knowledge which is just got by understanding and knowledge by experience. You can watch that on my YouTube channel. It definitely shifts the locus of control within. Now what I'm saying is that normally our locus of control is outside of us and not really within our control. If you start imbibing these principles in your life, I guarantee you the shift of that locus will be from within. You will have control over your life. They are universal and hence applicable to one and all. There are no exceptions for this. I have not seen any exception for this. Now you may not accept them, you might just understand them, so that's a different thing, but they are universal in nature. It's not human creation, they are universal in nature. And if you learn to connect to them on a daily basis, because these principles are there and we can connect them to our lives on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let us look at what the 3 principles are. The first principle says what you sow is what you reap, multiplied. The second principle talks about what you see in others is a mirror reflection of what is there within. And the third principle is how you do anything is how you do everything. So we are going to explore each one of them and see how it is connected to our lives. Okay, so let's explore the first principle. What you sow is what you reap, multiplied. Now I'm going to ask you a question. As a child, which fruit did you love the most? Okay, you fell in love with that fruit. Now let us assume that since this is not an interactive, it's a video. So if I ask you this question, which fruit do you like? Let's say most of you might say a mango. Now assuming that you have fallen in love with that mango so much that what you did was you planted a mango seed. Now what happens when you plant a seed? Let's watch this small clipping. Now what you did, you took a seed, you planted it on the earth, you watered it, you gave it, nurtured it, and today it has grown into this wonderful tree and you're enjoying and observing that tree, right? That's what really happened. Now this tree, according to me, is the representation of your life today. How many seeds? How many fruits? One seed, multiple fruits, and it can go for years. So the first one is pretty clear, right? What you sow is what you reap, multiplied. Now the golden question here is that how can I connect it to my life? Understanding this principle, how I sow, how much I sow, one seed, multiple fruits, I can understand it, but how do I connect that to my life? And that's a golden question. So let's explore that and let's see how we can connect it to our day-to-day life. So as I told you that this is a representation of a tree, now I am going to give you an analogy. Each mango on this tree is a relationship. Now when I use the word relationship, it can be about people, it can be your relationship with money, it can be relationship with health, time, anything, right? Now just like the mangoes, some of them are sweet, some of them sour, and some of them probably absolutely bad. Now the question is that what are these 2 people looking at this tree? What are they doing under? I'm telling you, God has given only human beings this amazing tool that they can observe their lives as a neutral person, and that's what I'm going to invite you to do. I want you to look at this tree, which is a representation of your life, with so many different mangoes, the seed of which has been sown by you, probably in your childhood. And now you have nurtured those for it to be a full-blown tree, right? So if I now take this analogy, and if I go, let's take it deeper and connect it to our life with the second principle. Now let us pick up one of that. Pick up any relationship that you wish to work with. When I'm talking, I want you to start looking at that relationship. It must be, obviously it must be a burning issue. Without that, it will not have that impact, right? Ask yourself, is it sour, sweet, or is it bad? We'll take an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say you fought with some person that you love and that person is angry, right? Where are you seeing that anger? Obviously the other person is angry, so you can see the anger in that person. Am I right? Where is it actually? Now let us consider this. I'm asking you, I'm inviting you to consider this. I'm going to make a statement. Can you possibly see anything outside of you which is not there within you? I'm saying that again. Can you possibly see anything outside of you which is not there within you? You can only see what is there within you, right? So technically, if you can consider this, the anger that you see in others is because there is anger somewhere in you, and that's why you can see that anger. By the way, this does not justify the other person's behavior. Okay, so let's keep that other person out of this conversation for the time being and look at the opportunity that you have. Now it gives me an opportunity to heal myself. So let me give you a story over here. It's my life story. There was a time in my life, मेरी साढ़े साथी चल रही थी. That period, nothing was working. I was vulnerable, emotionally down, very disturbed. And one fine day, I was going on a scooter. I was going to my office. I used to go on a scooter, and my office was in Mumbai, and probably one of the busiest areas in Mumbai, where I could not travel more than at a speed of around 20 kilometers. So you can imagine a very busy street on a scooter. Typically, the Zaveri Bazaar area, if you are aware, if you are known, you look at in your streets, wherever there is too much of traffic. So I was going on very close to my office. I saw something on the streets. There was a young adult. I think so that guy was around 18, 19 probably, or 20. He was an adult guy. He was completely naked on the streets and people were hitting him. And now you can imagine, this is what I saw on a fleeting. I was traveling on the scooter. So how much time did I see this event? Hardly anything. It might have taken a fraction of a second. I did not stop. I did not wait to see what was happening, because my office was very close to where this event was happening. And the moment I parked my scooter below my office, I was very, very disturbed about this particular event that I saw. I was just saying to myself that how can people, beat this guy? How can people make him naked on the streets? And I couldn't think about anything. These thoughts were coming so strongly in my mind that I couldn't concentrate on anything. I opened the office. I just couldn't think about working. These thoughts were coming. I was absolutely disturbed. So I picked up and called one of my friends. We have been working with each other. So there was a time when we used to share. So I called him up. I said, Chandra, this is what happened, and he asked me what really happened. So I was narrating him the entire story. And as I was narrating him the story, and when I completed him telling him that this is what I saw, and I started telling him, how can people behave like this? This is absolutely ridiculous. He was an adult. How they can make him naked on the streets? How can they hate him? He asked me, Raju, pause. Who did you see there? And I'm telling you guys, in that moment, what you see in others is a mirror reflection of what is there within was experienced by me, because what I saw was my vulnerability out there. I was as vulnerable as that young adult who was being beaten by other people. I hope this story connects you to the principle what you see in others is a mirror reflection of what is there within. And you can see this in any place, any of your relationships. Where if it is positive, if you picked up a relationship which is sweet, that's what you have sown. So now the question comes that I have to now go in search. The opportunity that I am talking about here is to go and search for the seed that I have sown in this relationship. Because if it is sour, I don't think so I have sown a seed which is very, very positive. If it is sweet, obviously that is. You can see that. And if it is bad, well, I have another video which I will tell you how do you create enemies in life. Okay, so that will make it very clear that there are no enemies, there are no monsters in our life. But I think so with this story and whatever I'm saying, if you consider this, you will get to the opportunity how you can go and identify where and what seed have you actually sown, and how have you nurtured that relationship for it to be either sweet or sour or bad. It is in your hands to now heal it and repair it if you wish to use the word. Here I would like to make an statement where I believe this is my principle, that I don't have bad relationships. I work towards it to make them neutral. Sour relationships, fine, they're at a superficial level, but bad relationships, no. I think so you should bring relationships to a neutral level. Okay, so I think so the first principle is clear. What I sow is what I reap multiplied, because if I have sown anger in any relationship, I will see that anger. I'm sure when you got up one day and the first thought was anger, or you were disturbed, or you were upset, I think so if you go back and reflect in your life, like just this people are looking at their tree, you will see that that particular tree was full of upsets. And there are times when you got up and the first thought was absolutely happy, joyous, and that day would have gone amazing. So the principle, what you see in others is a mirror reflection of what is there within. Now, the third principle is how I do anything is how I do everything. So here I would like to connect you to the 7 areas of our life. Okay, so anybody's life can be divided into these 7 areas: health, wealth, professional, relationships, social, self, and spiritual. These are the 7 areas. This by and large constitutes everybody's life. Okay, now I want you to connect to, let us pick up another issue or any other matter. You can continue with the same. Okay, if you were angry, if you were sad, if you could and I would like you to identify, if you can go back into your life and see where did it actually start. Sometimes somewhere you experience anger first in your life, and then you started being angry with people, you started nurturing it in different, you started sowing these seeds in different areas of your life. Now you might have started in maybe your self area, it could have started with your professional. Professional is a little later in your life, but typically some relationship area or self area. My question to you is that, did the issue stay in the same area, or it has now proliferated into multiple areas, the 7 areas that I am talking about? I am sure you can see that slowly it starts creeping. If it started in the self area, it has moved into your health area, it has moved into your wealth area, probably relationships, probably social. Okay, I hope you're getting what I'm saying. How I do anything is how I do everything. So it is, that's how we are, that's how we are hardwired. Now here the opportunity is that, again, today if I can see it in a particular relationship, I need to get a breakthrough. in that particular area. If I can get a breakthrough in that particular area and I can heal myself, I can grow myself, I can repair that and get a breakthrough in that particular area, then like the same principle, it will start slowly percolating in other areas of your life, and you'll see that you have grown in so many areas. You need just one breakthrough. Let's recap the three principles. Okay, what you sow is what you reap, multiplied. If you sow anger, anger will be multiplied. If you sow happiness, happiness will be multiplied. If you give out money, money will come back to you. If you give health, I need discipline, I get back discipline multiple times. So whatever you sow is what you reap, multiplied. What you see in others is a mirror reflection of what is there within. I'm sure you're very clear about it. And how I do anything is how I do everything. So here is an opportunity for you to now go into kind of a reverse engineering. Start with what you have today and start going back, going deeper. Sometimes you have to go very deep inside this to find out what is the seed, and there you might need external support. Okay, everything cannot be done by you, because many times our mistakes cannot be seen by us, but you can point out other people's. Pointing out mistakes of others is the easiest thing to do in life. So similarly, when it comes to me, my mistakes, of course now I am into this line, so many times I can easily accept my mistakes, but initially I had to take a lot of external support. I had to, just like how I took the support of my friend. I said, tell me what is happening, this is something, and he told me exactly, right? So this is what I'm saying. So it's time to implement. My philosophy is that I've given you the information. If you do not use that information and apply it in your life, in any place which you choose, like, all knowledge is going to be waste. It is just going to remain in your memory. It will increase your ego probably, but not really help you in your life. So it is time to implement. Take some time, write down what I'm going to suggest. You must have taken notes. In your notes, write your action plan. Take up an issue in your life. Identify which area is it impacting. Ask yourself, what are the barriers? What is stopping you from overcoming those barriers? Ask more questions and try to go and identify what seed have you really sown in that particular area or in that particular relationship, I would say. At least start at this particular current level. Going deeper down requires a lot of work, as I told you, but if you can have a breakthrough in this particular area, you have won the game. And identify how can you overcome that particular barrier. How can you now replant that seed? It is in your hands how to replant the seed. Okay, I think so. With this we come to the end of the video. If you liked it, if you like the video, kindly share it with other people so that other people can benefit out of it. Thank you very much.